Hey guys, Jackson here with a review cap for The Mandalorian Season 3 Episode 1. If you haven't watched it yet, this is your spoiler warning. The episode begins with the armourer forging a new Mandalorian helmet for the initiation of a new foundling member to the clan. As the initiation is coming to an end, a large sea monster emerges from the water and attacks the Mandalorians. The Mandalorians struggle to kill the monster and our boy Din Djarin and Grogu save the day, attacking the monster from the sky in his new ship, the N1 Starfighter, that he acquired through the Book of Boba Fett for those who didn't watch it. Mando and Grogu sit down with the armourer and discuss how he can atone for removing his helmet, as he is no longer considered a Mandalorian or a member of their clan. The armourer informs Mando that he could atone in the living waters found in the mines of Mandalore, but unfortunately for him, the planet is not habitable, and therefore he can't atone for his sins. Mando shows the armourer a Mandalorian artifact encased in crystal that he acquired from a Jawa, and explains that this could be evidence that the planet isn't completely inhabitable. Mando informs her that he will be heading there anyway, and the armourer agrees that if he does successfully bathe in the living waters, he will be atoned for his sins. Mando and Grogu set off in their ship and make a detour to Navarro. During hyperspace, Grogu is observing the space around him and sees space creatures travelling in the hyperspace with them. Now these are space whale creatures called the Purrgil and feature prominently in Star Wars Rebels, which I won't spoil for those that haven't seen it. Grogu appears to get frightened and nuzzles into Mando's arms and goes to sleep with him. They arrive on Navarro and it's immediately obvious that the city has changed from its bounty hunter hub days and is now a thriving community, full of alien life, droids, and even has a school. The new High Magistrate is Greef Karga, Mando's old friend, and he offers Mando and Grogu a place to live on Navarro, as well as a job as his new sheriff. They are interrupted as space pirates arrive and start causing trouble, leading to a tense confrontation where Greef and Mando kill all but one pirate, who flees back to his boss. Mando explains he is here for IG-11, the one and only droid he has ever trusted, and asks if he can try and rebuild him as the bulk of his parts are used for a statue in the centre of the city. Greef allows him to try and Mando successfully manages to power up IG-11, who sadly reverts back to his original programming and tries to kill Grogu. They manage to stop IG-11 and Greef suggests to take IG-11 to the Anzelian creatures on Navarro, as they are expert droid smiths. The Anzelians inform Mando that it would be easier to get a new droid, but Mando is insistent that he wants this one rebuilt and reprogrammed, and they tell him he will need to find a new memory chip as this one is damaged. Mando leaves IG-11 with them and tells them he will return with the chip. Mando and Grogu say their goodbyes to Greef Karga and he heads off planet. Mando begins to teach Grogu the controls of their ship, when they are attacked by space pirates, led by the one who escaped earlier. Mando dispatches the bulk of them with his expert pilot skills, but is lured into an ambush and comes face to face with the pirate leader, Gorian Shard, and his huge frigate ship. Outgunned, Mando has no choice but to escape into hyperspace and sets course for the Mandalore system and heads to the planet Kalvala, where he pays Bo-Katan a visit. Mando asks Bo for help in finding the living water on Mandalore, and she tells him begrudgingly that it's under the city Sundari. Bo calls Mando a fool for going to the planet as it's been ravaged, plundered and poisoned, and there's nothing left for them. Bo-Katan further berates him and explains that all of her followers have left because of him, and the fact that she doesn't have the Darksaber. Mando and Grogu leave Bo-Katan to wallow in her own self-pity, and the episode finishes. Episode 1 kicks things off by revisiting old faces and places, and regrounding us back into Mando's world and the story after 2 years. Grogu continues to be the most adorable thing ever created by Disney, and it never gets old seeing Mando kick ass. There are some cool Easter eggs in the episode for Star Wars Rebel fans, and eagle-eyed fans will also be able to spot that Grogu is wearing his chainmail armour. On the topic of chainmail, some viewers may be confused as to why Grogu is back with Mando, and how he has a new ship following the events of Season 2's finale. And although the episode did a reasonable job of explaining at the beginning of the episode, it could be jarring for fans that didn't watch episode 5, 6 and 7 of the Book of Boba Fett, which I highly encourage you go back and watch. Despite this, episode 1 was solid, and has begun to lay the foundations for future episodes to come, and I can't wait to see what happens next to everyone's favourite father figure, Pedro Pascal. Final score, 8 out of 10. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about the episode, and if you're new here then consider subscribing to my channel for regular TV, film and gaming content including live streams. We're currently on the road to 100 subs and thank you to anyone that has already subscribed. And as always, I hope to see you next time.